Hi, today I wanted to talk about adapting. So, it's September and it's a time when we all go back to school, all of our kids are back. A lot of people stay with the schedule September through June for homeschooling, and that's perfectly normal because it meshes along with sports schedules and everything like that. But it never seemed to work for us, so we did it for a couple years when we first started homeschooling. So my oldest is almost 20 now, so that was quite a while ago because he was 4 when he started kindergarten. So we did it, and we couldn't do it. The 1 week, 2 weeks for breaks for Christmas or for the spring break just didn't work. So we like to school through the whole year. So the first Monday of January we start our new school year, and we go 3 months on, 1 month off. And so we school January, February, March. We take April off for spring break, August off for summer break, and then we're done with our year by Thanksgiving, which is perfect because December's our winter break, but it's also the end of our year. And then it's fun because then you have a fresh start for the next year in January, and we really like that. Plus, the whole month off really helps. It feels like a break, and you can catch up in case you were behind. And it's easier to see the small chunks of school. So instead of looking at 9 months of curriculum and then the kids are burnt out by the end, it's just 3 months at a time. So it's still the 36 school weeks, but it's just broken up in those chunks. So that's what works good for our family. So technically we would be finishing our school year right now because August was our summer break. Well, we have to adapt sometimes, and over the years we've had to, if we were moving, we'd have to take a year off. It was so hard because I love organization, I love the checklists, I love to get things done, and then when it's all out of balance, it can throw you all off. Then I have to keep coming back to realize homeschooling is freedom. Homeschooling doesn't have to look like the public school or Christian schools or private schools or even charter schools. They don't have to look like that. Private homeschooling is completely free because you can do whatever you want. You don't have to answer to anyone for like the way you set up your curriculum or what days or what hours or anything like that. So it's beautiful, and I have to keep reminding myself. I've done this for like 16 years, but I still have to remember to adapt. And each kid has their strengths and their weaknesses, and so you have to learn to go with the flow. So something may have worked for your first couple kids, and then it does not work for the rest. So one of the things we're having to adjust or adapt to is throwing some things in to help. So we are not going to make it by Thanksgiving, so I have let that go. It's freedom. And so we'll probably be done in probably February at the latest, which is fine. We can just, revamp and start, and it's okay. The kids will survive, everything will be good, but I'm not gonna rush them through and then they don't learn this stuff. And then each year has to build on itself, right? For like math and things like that, and you don't want them to get too behind. So one of the things that we're adjusting is I notice with my younger children, we need to work on the R sound. So it is not possible for us to put all 4 kids into speech therapy, and so for just one sound, like everything else is crystal clear. So it's easy, there's videos on YouTube, you can do all this stuff. I found this gal on YouTube called Peachy Speechy or something like that. Well, she wrote this, oh, it's right here, yes, right there, Peachy Speechy. She wrote this workbook, I got it off Amazon, it's really thick. And it goes over not just, because just printing off word lists to say R is not going to work if your child can't even say it in the first place. So it talks about mouth or tongue placement. So it has all these cool worksheets you can do. I should just do a video and put it on my YouTube channel of like a review of this book. But I'm just showing you right now, this is what we're gonna be doing. And then they have the word list, then they have the activities and things like this. So it'll totally help. And so that's what we're gonna be adding to our school year because we're adapting to what they need at this moment. And another thing that I really wanted to add in, even though it's toward the last half of our school year, because we got a little behind this summer. Actually, we didn't do hardly any school this summer. I had a daughter graduate high school, my son graduated trade school, and then my brother got married. I was part of the helping with the wedding. both of my oldest started dating, like, I helped a friend in spring with her wedding. So it's just like, oh, and then I finished my 2 years of helping out at this immerse school at my church. So yeah, there's a lot of transition and changes. So we have to be able to bend and adapt easy, right? Because you don't want to lose your cool. You just let it flow, because it's not important. You want to pick your battles and whatever. Kids are adaptable. So what I wanted to add in is cursive. So I found these fun workbooks on Amazon. I love curriculum stores. I love the one in Oregon. I love going to that in person, the Exodus books, because you can like look through in person. It's really fun to like look at curriculum and stuff. But some books it's just, you can't do it. Like some of it is just too pricey, or it's a huge curriculum packet, and like that's why it's good to go to a bookstore like that, so you can actually go hands-on and thumb through it to see if it's for you or not. It's perfect. And sometimes it is, and you can get it right there. But sometimes you just want something simple and easy. That's why I got these. It's for kids and for teens. So it's fun because you just learn cursive. You just do the letters, and then you can work on the words. And then for the teens, it goes through numbers, letters, and then it has fun quotes that are like encouraging that they can practice. And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But this is a fun thing to throw in because cursive seems to be dying. Like Gen Z cannot read a lot of things with cursive, and I know things with the Constitution and old letters from relatives and things like that, like how life used to be, like history's being lost and erased. So being able to read cursive is important. So it doesn't take that much, just a little workbook, and there you go. So I'm excited to add that in. Which, speaking of the Constitution, I got this one. This was at Exodus Books, and so was this. So it's really fun, and has the Constitution, like the history of it, and then the people who signed it, and then it has it written out here for you to read. So that's really fun for kids. So another thing that would be really have right here, another thing I added in was Explode the Code. So I think I did a review of this on my YouTube channel under the homeschooling. You can find it if you go under the homeschool tab here on my website, and then you go under curriculum, and then I think at the bottom there is my YouTube channel where I have a lot of videos, the link to go there. I actually did reviews on all the stuff I used, and I organized into all the categories for grades. So all the things I use for preschool, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way up. So in case that could help in some way. But Explode the Code's really good because I have a child that needs a little more help with reading. And so there's a thing called Happy Phonics. It's like old school, but don't know where I put the book. It's old school, but it's tons of cards. Like you cut them out. They're different games, and then I laminated them just so they would last longer. But I bought this years ago for my oldest, and so yes, lamination works because it lasts forever. But it's a bunch of games for phonics and learning. So once you learn to read, then you need to know all the other, not just sight words, but like to get really the big words and stuff. And then for seat work, you can use Explode the Code. They have 8 levels. And so we're going to start in this one 3, because she already knows how to read, but it's just like brushing up on consonant blends and all these things right here that you just need more, just to brush it up and help. And when they're older, when they're not preschool, kindergarten age, they pick it up really quick. So that's good. So it's just little supplement things, little tweaks, little things to adapt. So I just want to share what we were doing, and I want to encourage you that it's okay to adapt. It's okay if things don't go to plan, right? You are organized, you put out what you want for the year. You may be more on the unschooling side where you kind of go with the flow, like your kid's like, I love butterflies. So you can go to the library, check out a bunch of books on like the life cycle of butterflies, buy one of those kits to grow your own, go on a field trip. You could do things like that. Or you may be on the other side where you're like boxed, packaged curriculum, the whole set from one place, and then you just go with the flow. It doesn't matter what your style is with homeschooling, even if you do some things online, whatever it is, it's okay to adjust. Life happens, things will happen, people move, you have babies, you have deaths in the family, there's things that come up. So you need to be able to be free to adapt. So I'm giving you permission today that you are okay. You can adapt, things will just come back around, you can work, things that you may not have been working on for years and you kind of feel like, you could pick it up anytime, just like I am. I've been doing it 16 years, I'm like, oh no. I kind of dropped the ball on some things, but it's never too late. So just figure out what you need and just incorporate it in and keep going. And the thing is you want learning to be fun, and yes, not all school is fun, especially as you get older and the topics get harder, but you want them to be able to know that they can do it and there's always an answer. And if they're struggling or you hit a dead end, you don't know which way to go, reach out to other homeschool moms. The websites, the HSLDA website has tons of info. Check out my homeschool menu on this website. Like, you could do anything. So there's support, there's help, and you can get back in track, and it's good to have community. So it's good to have fellow people around you to support you and to be able to help you on that journey. But adapting is a necessary part of life. And you don't want shame, you don't want guilt. So just cut that off. Do not accept shame and guilt and mom guilt and like the days go crazy and you don't even get anything done this week. It's fine, you just start fresh the next Monday. So I just want to give you that permission to do that. And and I got a shirt, this homeschool mama. Is that cute? Raising arrows. The Proverbs 22:6. So that's a cute shirt. So I'm wearing my homeschool shirt today. I'm probably going to add it to my list of favorites. So anyway, be encouraged. It's okay to adapt. It's okay to change things. Even like I've been using this one curriculum for all these years and it's always worked. And oh well, you may have to toss that out and try something new, because each kid has a different personality. And the point is to work with them and what's the best way for them to learn and for them to get it down. So even though it may not be the best for you or you have to go purchase something else, you could always borrow it, find someone, find a homeschool friend or a group around you that maybe you could swap and try things out to see if it works for your kids before you have to actually buy it. So those are just some tips. So be encouraged. Even those of us who've been doing this forever, we still have to adapt and change and go with the flow. So anyway, I hope that encourages you a little bit, and I will be posting links to these things in case you want to look at it, or maybe if you could find, if you have a friend or a group that you're in, just say, hey, what do you use for this? Or my kid's struggling with this. What did you do? Any advice? So anyway. All right, have a good day, you guys.